Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm bringing to you some more open Great League battles featuring the latest Community Day Pokemon, that is Haxorus. Haxorus got the move Breaking Swipe, which in damage terms is a clone of Dragon Claw. However, it has a guaranteed attack debuff on the opponents. So without further ado, let's get into the battles. So for my battles, I paired up Haxorus with double ice backline comprising Dewgong and Shadow Walrein. So in this matchup, Haxorus has the fast move counter, which is heavily resisted by Toxapex, and Toxapex is also a really bulky mon. So that is why I decided to straight away swap into my safe throw, which is Dewgong for the most part in this team, as I like Walrein at the close. Walrein with the Earthquake and Icicle Spear has more firepower than Dewgong has, plus Dewgong has more bulk than Walrein. In most scenarios, Dewgong will be a better safe throw. Plus, with the icy wind guaranteed attack debuff for the opponent, it has a good chance to even turn over the switch, or might as well enforce some shield advantages for me. So herein I swap out. I saw an opportunity to come in with Haxorus and farm the Ferrothorn down for some energy. The Thunder was doubly debuffed by the Icy Winds of Dewgong, so that is why it did not do too much. And here the opponent comes back in with Toxapex, so I straight away went with the Breaking Swipe because I wanted to lower down their attack as soon as possible. And here I thought I may invest a shield. Generally when I'm shields down I hesitate to do that. However, I saw that I have an opportunity to debuff their last Pokemon and they don't have any more mons to switch out into, so that they could clear their debuff. So I thought it is a good chance that I should take. And at the back they had Jump Bluff, which is really weak to ice, so I just straight away went on to farm them down. Moving on to the next battle, here we have Haxorus on Guzzlord. So both are dragon types, and the dragon is a dark type as well. So both of our fast moves are doing super effective damage to each other. So my plan was to quickly do a debuff and switch out into my Dewgong here. Now their attack is debuffed and Dewgong is really bulky, so I decided not to shield. Interestingly, they were running Sludge Bomb. Honestly, I wasn't expecting Sludge Bomb. Nonetheless, now they moved into Medicham. Here, I think they sort of misplayed because they had an opportunity to save energy and straight away come into Medicham, because Medicham has a good commanding matchup against Dewgong. Anyway, so first I went for the Icy Wind, tried to lower down their attack, and then I went for Drill Run. Drill Run, I believe, does slightly more damage, and since I thought that I'm not going to reach any further moves on Dewgong, I went for Drill Run to dish out some extra damage. Now I come in with Walrein and farm them down. Again, I haven't seen the last mon, and I just hope that Walrein can take on the last mon again, as it did in the previous battle. So my opponent lets their Guzzlord go, and they're strangely running ABA Dragon Mons. Plus Altaria is really weak to Walrein, so all I need to do is reach another move. And Icicle Sphere from a Shadow Walrein is more than enough to KO Altaria from this health range. GG's to the opponent. Moving on to the next one. Let's see. So Haxorus has Hawlucha. Now Hawlucha is a flying type. I have two better answers, so I swap into my Dewgong, and now they come into their Cloyster. So Cloyster is another Pokemon that got a move update in the form of Liquidation. So I'm hoping this Cloyster is running Icy Wind and Liquidation, which makes it really bad against my Dewgong, because Dewgong resists both of its charge moves. And on the other hand, Dewgong also got move update in the form of Liquidation. However, I'm running the second move, Drill Run, another move update that it got this season, which has really made Dewgong come back into the PvP scheme of things. Otherwise, I think Dewgong with its double legacy moves of Ice Shot and Icy Wind was one of the premier meta Pokemon during the early seasons of GBL. However, Drillin has just made it a really nice safe swap again, and that is why a lot of the teams you'll find these days are using Dewgong. Coming back to the battle, so I come back into my Haxorus, I shield once, and I would want to take away their shield. Breaking Swipe would easily one-shot the opposite Haxorus from this health range, and I was really glad that I got their shield. So I think my plan will be to come back into Dewgong. Oh no, so I think I'll let this go, and my plan was to maybe farm down some extra energy with Walrein because I was pretty sure they're only going to reach one move. And here, since I was almost at an Icy Wind, I thought that this would be a better play, wherein again I can debuff their last mon and they wouldn't be able to do anything about that. GG's to the opponent. Okay, so Deoxys is a bad lead because A, it's bulky, plus the counters will do a lot of damage to my back Pokemon. So I decided to stay in, throw my Breaking Swipe as soon as possible so that I could lower down their attack. I think I'll shield this because even though, okay, they bait me with the Thunderbolt, it is not good, but anyway, if it was a Psycho Boost, I still think that even a debuff Psycho Boost will do a lot to Haxorus, as in Great League it is pretty squishy. So I think I'll let this go here and this will KO surely, but I was really happy to take one shield. And now they come into Dunsparce. So Dunsparce can really hit us with super effective damage using their rock slides. So I decide to shield the first one because I would want to first debuff their attack using Icy Wind so that when I take the subsequent hits, they do not hurt me as much. So Dunsparce is pretty spammy with its fast move of Rollout. It generates energy pretty quickly, so it's 4 to the first move and then 3 to the subsequent move. So it will outpace me heavily, and here I think I'll try to save a move. Yeah. So my thought process was to again save an Icy Wind so that in case the last Pokemon is left, I may end up, using it and debuffing them, wherein they're in a situation when they'll not be able to clear the debuff. So the last Pokemon was Lickitung, and Lickitung with its Grass move of course has a good matchup against my two Watermons that are left in the game. Here on I don't think I have any scenario where I can win. Lickitung is just too bulky to endure any sort of damage from especially another bulky Pokemon which is not attack weighted at all. So we'll play it to my opponent. Next match, it's a Haxorus lead. So I think I'll do 5 counters and try to catch on my Dewgong. The simple reason being Dewgong is a bit more tanky, and plus as you can see the IVs on the left hand side, this is a rank 3 Great League Haxorus, so I'm pretty sure that most of the situation I will be losing CMP, so that's why I do not like to play to the CMP. Any which way, as has been the theme, as soon as my Dewgong is out, it lures out the opposite Medicham, and fortunately we reach another Icy Wind, so we'll be able to land this, and now the Medicham is doubly debuffed. However, I still feel the Ice Punch will do a lot to Haxorus. That is why I straight away went for the CMP tie. The opponent lets it go, and now again I'll do 5 counters and catch again on my Walrein. Again, the theme being that I saved a Breaking Swipe so that maybe at the last Pokemon we can, debuff their attack, and in the hope that they cannot clear it, and that will be to our advantage. So here we see a Registeel. Honestly, we wouldn't want to see a Registeel. However, since we both are 2 shields up, I go for the Icicle Spear bait, and sadly I did not get a shield. But here on I think that they have to shield, that is why I again go for the Icicle Spear, and I have to shield again because any move from Registeel will KO my Shadow Walrein. Thankfully, I thought I did not get an attack debuff. Again, I tried to bait again, and this will help me. So the opponent did really well. They caught a move. Here I swapped out. I saved a lot of energy on Walrein. I swapped out immediately. I threw the breaking swipe so that their lock-ons will do even lesser damage to me. And here it is really low. I have cleared my attack debuff as well, and I just need to reach back-to-back icicle moves, icicle spears, so that I can take one shield from them and then the next one chaos. This was a really interesting battle wherein I had to throw resisted moves, resisted ice moves, resisted dragon moves to KO the bulky Registeel. Good game to the opponent. Moving on to the next one, I think this is a decent lead because I think I win the one shields. I'm not aware about the zeros. I think the Swampert can take the zeros. Anyways, where the opponent made a nice swap. However, luckily for me, I don't want to see Ferrothorn at the back, and that is why I decided to stay in. I undercharged this because now they are doubly debuffed. I think Haxorus can tank any one move coming from Ferrothorn, and then I'll try to fast move them down. So again, this is a good scenario for me. Swampert comes back in, however I was able to farm enough energy to throw my breaking swipe again, and this was a CMP tie, and here I shield again, and I think Swampert will outpace me to the next move, so that is why probably I'll do 4 counters and try to catch on Dewgong. Thankfully I was successful in doing that, and again, as has been the theme in today's video, I try to take energy advantage and try to save a move on either of Dewgong or Haxorus, because both Icy Wind and Breaking Swipe have guaranteed debuffs, and at times it does come in handy at the end game. So again, looking at their backline would have crushed our Dewgong and Walrein. Both Ferrothorn and Medicham do really well. However, I think we are in a decent situation wherein Ferrothorn is gone, and now hopefully they wouldn't shield their Medicham. Thankfully they did not, and their Medi is too low. They'll die in one fast move from Shadow Walrein, and then Swampert is just too low. It cannot do anything against my Shadow Walrein. So this was a good game, well played to the opponent. Sadly, they had a strong backline, however, couldn't win against us. Okay, moving on to the next one. So Pelipper is a pretty difficult lead, I think, and I tried to catch one of their fast moves. Of course, water is resisted, but I still thought maybe they'll end up throwing because Haxorus is just too squishy, right? So I tried to do the catch. Opponent was really patient. They did not throw right away, so good play on their part. So I invested one shield. I expected the Hurricane, and then they straight away swapped into their Galarian Stunfisk. Here, after the Icy Wind, I wouldn't bother to shield. As it is, I'm one shield down. And interestingly, the opponent threw Earthquake, even though Rock Slide is super effective, and of course they just outpaced 2 Rock Slides. So again, the opponent threw the Earthquake, and which gave me an opportunity to save a move and come back in with my Haxorus. Here I make a slight mistake. I should have tried to CMP them, and with the extra damage of the counter, I would have KO'd them with the Night Slash. However, to our advantage, we still reach a move here, and I'm pretty sure the opponent will shield. Oh, the opponent decided not to shield, and they have their own Haxorus at the back. Let's see if the Walrein is able to take these counters. So it's going to be a difficult match to pull off. So here what my strategy was to at least take the last shield and then absorb the damage of the counter and then swap into Dewgong so that Dewgong does not take the damage of the counter. So I was able to pull that off. However, here they get 2 fast moves in, and here they just outpace us to the Hurricane. So they live on 1 HP, and very well played to them. Moving on to the next battle. So we find a decent lead for us. Honestly, at first glance it looks like it is a good matchup. However, if I was running Surf here, or maybe Earthquake, Haxorus does learn Surf and Earthquake. Maybe it's a better matchup for me. Here, I believe the counters just don't do a lot of damage as Pokemon that use counters would otherwise do. So that is why I think it still favors G-Fisk. However, Haxorus still does put a good fight against G-Fisk. Here, I think I've done good with the Haxorus to get them really low, as also take one of their shields. And here the opponent lets me farm a lot of energy, and Dewgong with energy in this meta, especially with the coverage move of Drillrun, is really scary. So they come in with Pelipper, and Pelipper by no means is a counter to Dewgong. So if they don't have a direct counter to a Dewgong, that means they don't really have a direct counter to Shadow Walrein at the back, and it gave me good hope that even though they're playing a metal line, I've seen Chiefest, I've seen Pelipper, I'll still do well. And the last one ended up being Trevenant. So Trevenant is a bit tricky. However, I was able to reach a move right before they reached their grass move, and here I think I did mistake. I stayed for far too long. I thought that I'll be able to reach another move after the debuff. However, at the end I realized I was just going to get farmed down. So that is why I decided to immediately swap into Walden, and now Walden should be able to fast move them down. And they decided to quit. GG's to the opponent. So all in all, I went positive with this team. I went 7 and 3 for the two sets that I played with this team. Haxorus was really nice, coupled with the back 2 months of Dewgong and Shadow Walrein. I'd really suggest to couple these two. Dewgong provides a lot of bulk to the team, whereas Shadow Walrein provides a lot of firepower at the end. All in all, I really enjoyed my battles, and hope that I upload another video featuring Haxorus pretty soon. Thank you. Stay tuned. Please do like and subscribe if you like our content.